Welcome to awesomedrinks.com. I am your host, Derek Schomer, also the owner. I really wanted to just focus down on some shot glass designs. I've written some blogs on everydaydrinkers.com, on awesomedrinks.com, and on one point over here. And there's been, questions I've seen through Google searches and people looking for specifics about shot glasses. Specifics usually about measures and sizes and all this. Now, when you look at a shot glass, there's a couple things that present themselves. First, the design. Some are footed with a stem. These are more of a cordial glass, dirty cordial glasses that you can use for cordials, liqueurs, even some harder spirits if you want to be able to get some of the aroma out, because you got a little wider base, neck, top, whatever, diameter to the top, so it gets to breathe a little bit more. But they're a lot taller, maybe more cumbersome, definitely got a little more fanciness to them. They cost a little bit more, so that's kind of your cordial glass. This glass, let's see, the cordial's 1.75 ounces, which is a great amount if you're doing a cordial and some of them are higher proof. It's not intense, it's not crazy, it's not the 2-ounce size. When you go to the 2-ounce varieties, you get these. These are glasses that I think, when I think of where I'd see these, I will always think of like an old Western, right? Where they slam down their whiskey. That's probably like rot gut disgusting. And, but at the same time, you'll find these at a lot of bars because they're very practical. They make a lot of sense. This is your standard. They can also be called a whiskey glass. These are 2 ounces. So it's 2 ounce with a large base for slamming. It's got a little fancy, like decorative flair going on here. Its little brother or sister, also 2 ounces, has a line. This is a line glass, and that white line is at 1 ounce. So you can always measure the 1 ounce, and you'll be like, how is this a 2-ounce glass? Because the 2 ounces goes right to the lip, and because it's wider here, you can fit 2 ounces in less space than down here where it has that concave thing going on. Layered shooters, I would prefer this one because the white line doesn't get in the way of the cool layers. Unless you're doing a 2-layer thing and you want one to be at the 1 ounce mark and the next one to be there. Little beers, if you're doing like Liquor 43, Irish Cream, something like that, you can do that. This one looks better with the red, white, and blue. You can see the red, white, and blue shooter on awesomedrinks.com. When you look at this glass, we have one with red, white, and blue. Also the Irish flag. All layered with this guy because it doesn't have the line. Otherwise, this one costs a little bit more to put the line on, so whatever. This is not that much difference. Those are your 2 ounce. This is the glass I'd use if you're not using a jigger and you're looking for convenience and you're going to be making some cocktails and you're like, I need something to measure proportions. I'd use this one because of that 1 ounce line. All the glasses, these two being 2, can have different sizes. This is your leaning shot glass. It's just like our leaning lowball, which, check the site for it. Actually, hold on a minute. Here's the leaning lowball. So it's a big guy. This is his little brother or sister. Very small, very cute, and my preferred shot glass right now because it's got that. There's something about the leaning that really I like it. And this guy here is 1.75 ounces, so he's got the exact same measure as the cordial. So again, little beers, any type of shot, just straight whiskey if that's how you roll. I don't, but some people do shots of whiskey, tequila. This glass is pretty neat for that. Then you have the hourglass shooter. It's got that nice little hourglass design, thick base. It's for some reason it feels really nice. Like you can hold it right here, and it has a good handle. No line. It's 1.5 ounces, which I think is a good size for a shooter. 1.5. 1.75 is a little awkward because you've got that extra weird size. It's not on an even number. But 1.5 is good. If you're doing like an 1.5 ounce measure, you can use these as opposed to just the 1 ounce here because it's going to be hard to do an 1.5 ounces with the line. Overall, I would use a jigger or the OXO measuring cups or anything like that for true measuring, just because shots, because they vary in size and design, they don't necessarily make the greatest of measures, and when you start using them to pour into glasses, they can dribble down the edge and make a mess. So that becomes a preference. But really, a 1 ounce, that one line is your typical measure if you were to go to a bar, at least in the United States. It's probably a little less in Europe. So consider 1 ounce more of the industry standard, maybe 1.5 ounces for glass for shots. But I think you'll see most people will say, I'll have a shot or a double shot. This does both. So that, my friends, this is the modern shot glass, the classic shot glass, the leaning shot glass, the hourglass shot glass, and the limoncello cordial. We are done. Hopefully you've learned something about shot glasses. And of course, all of these are cool. You have to have, a few of each just to explore all the possibilities of cool design and elegance, and I want you to buy more, obviously. So there you go. Hopefully you enjoyed this. Talk to you later. Cheers.